I never thought reeling in a base at 6 a.m. would land me in the crosshairs of a full-blown neighborhood apocalypse. But there she was, blonde bob slicing the morning mist like a guillotine, screaming in her iPhone that I was a trespasser threatening the community's safety. Before I could even set down my worm-baited hook, she dialed 911, her voice cracking with that fake southern drawl all Karen's perfect in suburbia. "Officer, there's a man here who doesn't belong. He's loitering, probably up to no good." And just like that, my quiet ritual of escaping the grind at the auto shop turned into her personal crusade to evict me from the very cul-de-sac I'd called home for 5 years. It started innocently enough, or as innocent as life gets in Willow Creek Estates, that cookie-cutter slice of American dream in suburban Atlanta where every lawn's edged like a golf green and the HOA fines hit harder than a missed mortgage payment. I bought my split-level ranch on Elm after scraping together a down payment from overtime shifts, the first black homeowner on the block since the 90s redlining faded into polite whispers. Folks waved from their Teslas, sure, but I'd catch the side eyes at block parties, the kind that said, "Welcome, but don't get too comfortable." Fishing the community pond was my sanctuary, a man-made puddle stocked with catfish to mimic some Georgia bayou fantasy. No signs said residents only. Hell, the HOA bylaws even hyped it as a recreational amenity in their glossy newsletter. But Karen, real name Brenda Hargrove, self-appointed vice president of the Willow Creek HOA, had other ideas. She burst from her McMansion like a Botox-fueled tornado, waving a laminated rulebook she'd probably printed at Staples. "This is private property," she shrieked, her Lululemon top stretched taut over indignation. "Only approved activities, and you're desecrating it with that bait." I stood there, rod in hand, base flopping at my feet, trying to laugh it off. "Ma'am, I pay due same as you. This pond's for all of us." But she wasn't hearing it. Her eyes narrowed, that classic entitlement flash, the one where privilege masquerades as protection. "Not people like you," she hissed, low enough for the 911 dispatcher not to catch, but loud enough to twist my gut. "We have standards here. Go back to wherever you came from." The line went dead on her end, but the damage was done. Neighbors peeked from curtains, phones out, live streaming the showdown like it was Real Housewives of HOA hell. My heart pounded, not from fear but fury. This wasn't about fishing. It was her declaring open season on anyone who didn't fit her Stepford mold. By the time the squad car rolled up, blue lights slicing the humidity, a small crowd had gathered. Old Mr. Patel from accounting, the single mom with the food truck, even the retiree who power walks with chihuahuas. Officer Ramirez, a no-nonsense Latina who'd grown up 2 zips over, stepped out with her notepad, eyeing Brenda like yesterday's bad coffee. "Ma'am, you reported a trespasser?" Brenda puffed up, pointing at me like I was the villain in her Netflix true crime binge. "Yes, him, armed with a weapon, that pole thing, and he won't leave." Ramirez glanced at my $12 Zebco from Walmart, then at the pond's faded, "Open to residents" sign half buried in azaleas. She radioed it in, casual as checking traffic, while I explained the bylaws, dues receipt on my phone. That's when the worm wriggled out of the apple. Turns out Brenda's 911 call wasn't her first rodeo. Dispatch logs showed 3 false alarms in 6 months. The Latino landscaper loitering, the Asian family barbecuing too spicy, and now me. Worse, Ramirez's partner pulled up HOA records on his dash cam. Brenda's own backyard koi pond violated water usage regs, draining the community's aquifer during last summer's drought. And get this, she'd been siphoning dues for beautification projects that never materialized, her Venmo trail lighting her up like a Christmas display. "False reporting's a misdemeanor, ma'am," Ramirez said, cuffs glinting. "An embezzlement? That's felony territory." Brenda's face crumpled faster than a wet paper towel. Mascara rivers, denials sputtering like a faulty carburetor. "This is a mistake. He's the problem." But the crowd turned, murmurs rippling, "Not cool, Brenda." Mr. Patel live tweeted the whole takedown. Hashtag HOA Kern busted, trending local by lunch. They hauled her away in the back of the cruiser, her flip-flops slapping the pavement, screaming about lawsuits and good Christian neighbors. Me? I recast my line, bass biting sweeter than ever, the sun climbing high over Willow Creek like nothing happened. But as the adrenaline faded, hooking that next catch fell hollow. Sure, justice slapped her with community service and a fat restitution check. My lawyer's already sniffing blood for defamation, but the sting lingered. Her words echoed in the quiet laps of the water. People like you. In America 2025, where apps track your every step and Karens weaponize welfare checks, one arrest doesn't erase the rot. I reeled in a crappie, gutted it clean on the dock, and drove home to my empty garage. Victory's a cold beer on a Tuesday, but betrayal? That's the hook that stays buried deep. Brenda's rotting in regret, but me? I'm still swimming upstream.